14 threes, tying the most in a half. They had 11 in the first quarter and had those 14 with about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter and didn't make another one. So they go in the...
All he knows it's Hauser. I mean, it's Hero checking me. He's trailing the whole way. He just made the right rim read.
And a rare missed free throw for Hauser, who's an 89% shooter. He's got 19 points, had 17 in the first quarter. Pelle Larsson on the spot up. Spins out on the three. Rebound pinballs to Keita. Boston at 50 wins on the season, the 5th straight year. As Keita gets the slam, great find by Brown. It's the first time the Celtics have won 50-plus in 5 consecutive seasons since the Larry Bird-led Celtics from 1984 to 1988. Keita got the block, but a foul.
Go next.
You think about when he was at Cal, he used to get his off now. It's a big reason why he's an MVP candidate.
And I think everybody rightly, Dave, came back with the idea, okay, when Tatum comes back, that's a reset on that relationship, the much-discussed relationship. Give these two young men credit. They just keep putting that storyline to bed.
Tatum has 4 assists to go with 13 points and 12 rebounds. Derek White took just 2 shots in that first half. He missed a 3 there.
But I do think that's the kind of shot he's going to get. Of all the guys whose shot profile will change with Tatum's return, to me, it's Derek White.
3 is good for Wiggins.
And you need a lot of those to climb back into this. But this is a Heat organization with pride, and they will keep playing.
They don't have Norman Powell. He is out for the 3rd straight game due to illness. He is their leading scorer on the season. 22 points per game. Hero is close to that at 21 and a half, but obviously played fewer games. Tatum with 3 to shoot. Fires a 3. Front-rimmed it. Keita, offensive rebound. Missed the putback, but he'll go to the line. Wiggins on the reach-in.
How often Jason Tatum was put in a position to have to, for the growth of these players, for Keita's commitment. You know, he averages, what, about 24 minutes? Would that go to 21, depending on how often Tatum closes at the 5? I just think the reason everybody thinks the Celtics are dangerous is you have 2 now elite guys, the wings. You had them when you won the championship. The role players' roles are defined. Everybody knows, you know, what their contributions are as Hero gets another 3. Derek White remains elite defensively.
Offensive foul on Jaylen Brown. Whether Pritchard starts or comes off the bench, Tatum sits or plays, it just doesn't seem to matter. The Celtics just roll right along.
And here's the thing. You know, I don't know what the perception is out there. It felt to me like in Joe Mazzulla's first year in the championship year that, oh, well, you inherited a great team.
4 years, but still 72% win percent is the best in history. It's actually the last time Boston's lost here. They won 9 in a row since. They won 2 games that series, forced to Game 7 back in Boston, lost. A lot of people were questioning Joe Mazzulla. But the very next year, to win the championship, and all that chatter stopped. Mitchell driving out to Larsson. Wiggins left alone. 3 is good.
That's their offense right there. This is the new system incorporated. There wasn't a single on-ball screen. It was individual. Can I get past? Can I get an advantage? And can I make the next play? And then get a shot.
Brown rises up. Drains a 3-pointer. 29 for Jaylen Brown. 1 point away from his 34th 30-point game in 67 play. Adebayo back to the... Adebayo gets the free throw. He's got it. First quarter, he came out in attack mode. He scored the first 11 points for Boston and was able to get deep into the paint every time. And we'd see hang and finish. We'd see decelerate and then speed up quickly, reverse layup. And now we see a 3-pointer. Brown draws the contact, count the basket, and 1, and then he's
4 games. This is number 5, but 14, 14, and 11. That gives you some sense of the kind of aggression he's playing with.
He scored the last 8. He does have a 50-point game this year, and 5 others where he scored 40-plus. Adebayo. Wow. Keita got a piece of that, and Adebayo still had the strength to get it up and score.
Did he lose control of it there for a second?
Looked like Keita got a hand on it. A 24-point lead for Boston, almost at 100 points already. Here's Brown again. Doubled, throws it up. Was hoping to get a call and did not. Really his first wild shot of the night. Larson's three is good. He's hit a couple now here in the second half. If Miami doesn't come back, the Heat will be in the 10th spot. Now, they were in the 10th spot last year and won 2 games and made it out of the play-in. Brown drives through the lane. Hands for Queta. Shot clock down to 3. And Queta puts up the air ball. Out in the East, they were the 2 seed last year. After 61 wins. Mitchell buries a 3.
We're going to need a few of those. Joe Mazzulla right.
We were talking with him before the game about the reports of his good friend and assistant on Team USA and Gonzaga head coach Mark Few getting into the Hall of Fame. He and Mark Few go back 35 years. Eric Spoelstra was playing at Portland, and Few was a grad assistant at Gonzaga. He's very happy for Mark Few, a guy that Spoelstra says he has nicknamed Yoda for all the lessons he's learned over the years from Few.
Anybody who knows Mark Few, despite sustained success and an appropriate induction into the Naismith Hall of Fame, the guy's never changed through all the success. And, you know, he's one of those guys, coaches just say he's a coach's coach. Yeah, I remember covering him in college and saying he had multiple offers to go to big spots, and he'd be like, nope, Gonzaga suits me just fine.
He's a guy that has the demeanor to coach at this level.
Yes.
But chose to stay at Gonzaga as Tatum gets it to fall. He's got 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists.
He, too, has made the game look easy. Oh, is that a double?
Yes. That is it now as Jaylen Brown is up to 34 and another assist for Tatum. Actually, they did not give it an assist there to Tatum. Lead back to 22. 99 points for Boston. 80 at halftime, 53, which Tatum was 17.
He's got 7 double-doubles. Look at how he's almost at the top of the Celtics list already.
And closing in on maybe a triple-double tonight. Jaylen Brown has 3 triple-doubles this year.
Good defense by Mitchell.
Brown on the step through, got caught in the air, and hits again. 36 for Jaylen Brown. Boston all. When March tipped off to us, you and I were in San Antonio and felt like with about 20 games left that Victor Wembanyama had a chance at one last push to get deep into the MVP conversation. He was already in it, but to get a little deeper for it to be real. It feels real right now.
It does, and honestly, you were the first one to me who kind of drove that conversation. And, you know, he made the point about defense. Like, he shifts the floor in a way that's nobody else is doing by far. As Jaquez does a nice job. And I'm sorry, did Shea have to play however many games he had to play without Jalen Williams? You're second in command, and All-Star last year, and you see the level he's playing at. Somebody's going to have to rip it out of Shea's hands, and in my mind, that hasn't happened yet.
It's a great point when you consider that for the last 2 months, San Antonio's only got, with one game close, 11 after the first quarter. Miami's got 16 threes. Jaquez, and another triple for Miami. First 3 of the game for Jaquez, trading triples with Boston, 19-point game. 3:06 to go.
Sorry, Dave, that's not a strength of Jaquez. That's the next step in his development.
Tatum between the legs, goes up for 3.
Another assist for Jason Tatum. That's 8. He could get a triple-double here because you're trying to maximize his minutes, right? He's got to play. You were making the case earlier about Jaylen Brown. Like, Jaylen Brown, the minutes over the last 8 games have gone from like 34 to 38. It's playoff time, folks. We're stretching those minutes.
Both those guys right now right around 27 minutes, Tatum and Brown. Shireman, and that's good on the floater.